Hey, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me always is T-Money, king of puppies. There you go. Okay, so this edition will be January, what's the day? What was 7th. It? January 7th and January 8th of Raw and Smackdown. Starting off with Monday Night Raw, we had one hell of a fight breaking out between Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins. Claims were made that Seth Rollins was the first one to start the fight because of last week. And it wouldn't even stop there. It just kept going and going. They just kept fighting. Ultimately, it came to a point where John Cena ended up hitting his music and coming out and shouting out to everybody, saying his thing. And Drew McIntyre came out to spoil the fun. And sadly, Drew McIntyre didn't come up with anything original. Even John Cena said it. You're saying the same thing everybody else told me. Everybody. Somebody mix it up. Make a joke. The Rock won't make the same joke. He'll say something ridiculous and make you laugh.
Yeah, that's what he did.
But otherwise...
remember you call him John Cena a bowl of Fruity Pebbles?
Nobody else did that. Yeah. Nobody else but him. Yeah. And one thing escalated to another. Those two were just bickering each other. And Lio Rush comes out crying out with Bobby Lashley that they wanted the show to be canceled on account that they don't feel safe with Seth Rollins. And rightfully so, because Seth Rollins came out and jumped Bobby Lashley again. And here comes Dean Ambrose, his opponent, for a Royal Rumble. Actually, no, I don't even think they're fighting a Royal Rumble. That's what's... Are they? I think they are, right? That was already...
And they fight Elimination Chamber?
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Either which way, it escalated one to another, and it became a 3-on-1 brawl. And then finally, somebody came out in the form of Finn Balor to fight alongside Seth Rollins. I had to swallow my saliva. And John Cena. And finally, after the break, they made it a 6-man tag team match. Ultimately, it would be... Wait, who won that match? I'm trying to remember now because it was so crazy. There you go. Go down. Damn. Okay, yeah. I was just checking because you never know when certain people cheat because they were all heels. So, winners of that match were Seth Rollins, John Cena, and Finn Balor. That was good. Later that night, and let's go up because they wanted to talk about honoring
WWE Hall of Famer Mean Gene Okerlund.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Oh, wait. Where are you, Mean Gene? Where's Mean Gene? No more Mean Gene, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. He's passed away last week. We love you, Mean Gene. Yeah, he was a character.
Yeah, this man got his start in WCW.
It's too bad. It's good, though, because no one could do it better than Hulk Hogan, honoring and mentioning all these things. And he mentioned one last time, mentioning that Mean Gene Okerlund was bringing, what was it, Mean Gene Mania?
Yeah.
And actually doing calling matches and stuff with Roddy Piper, Mr. Perfect, and everybody else. And Andre the Giant is the special guest referee.
He got his start. Mean Gene got his start in the WWF. Then he went to WCW.
He won.
And then he came back to WWE.
And he actually did a commercial with Kevin Hart in a Mountain Dew Kickstart commercial. Mm-hmm. That was fun. We love you, Mean Gene. Mm-hmm. May you rest in peace and condolences to Mean Gene's family. Mm-hmm. There ain't gonna be nobody like him. That's a sad thing. Mm-hmm. Next thing on the list. Let's see.
There we go. The Raw Tag Team Championship Lumberjack match.
It would be Bobby Roode and Chad Gable defending the titles again,
the Revival.
The Revival, who said they were going to bring respect back to the tag team division and honoring. Even though it was a lumberjack match and they had all these people, it didn't stop them from getting the ropes. Honestly, for the Revival, they had their feet on the rope, but the referee still counted 1, 2, 3. Oh, good for Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, but I gotta say it. The Revival got screwed.
Yeah.
So will they have a rematch? Most likely, if the McMahons and Triple H are actually paying attention to point that out. Will they actually give them that rematch? We'll have to wait and see till next week.
I just feel bad for other tag teams that not getting that opportunity like that, like the Extension.
They got a New Year's Revolutionist. Try to become the tag team.
They're not getting any tag team title belt. Elias versus Baron Corbin.
Yep. Baron Corbin comes out to make a complaint again, and Elias makes his song again.
He blames Elias too, like he did to.
I'm starting to think there's the same pattern over and over and over.
Well, he blames
between these two.
He blames all those guys that he treated bad for his losing his spot as GM.
Next. Oh wait, who won that match?
It was Baron Corbin.
Ah, yes, he cheated. Oh wait, no, I don't think he did.
Well, he didn't cheat, but he just.
No, he didn't cheat this time. He actually won this time. He actually played his cards right.
Dean Ambrose is talking backstage in a dark place. I guess he's saying what he's gonna do to Seth Rollins. He's saying what he's gonna do to Seth Rollins.
We shall see.
And Paul Heyman is showing backstage as he knocks on Brock Lesnar's door.
Braun Strowman, after that break, comes into the ring, ready for Brock Lesnar. Sadly, excuse me, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman are backstage on camera, and Brock Lesnar just ain't coming to the ring.
He's saying that he ain't gonna waste his time on Braun Strowman because he wants to wait till.
Well, Paul's saying that.
Well, Brock Lesnar is saying that in his mind. Let's put it that way. He's saying in his mind he wants to wait till a pay.
Yeah, he lets Paul Heyman speak on his behalf.
Yeah, because Brock Lesnar's telling Paul Heyman to say what he said.
Yeah, and they're doing the same thing John Cena said.
Yeah,
they're saying we're waiting for something new.
Yeah, he wants to wait till.
I'm sorry, if you really wanted to be somebody different, you'd be mentioning his wife and shit. Just be a rude son of a bitch and like oh, I'm gonna mention Sable. I'm gonna mention Sable, and I mention that he's not Vince's boy. He's Vince's bitch. They say that like you did not just say that, motherfucker. Okay, make him come to the ring, but he did come to the ring only to go in a full circle and walk out.
Speaking of Sable, the WWE fans still want her to come back, but they would like to ask Brock Lesnar if he agrees to it, to try to convince her to come back.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
For a lot of Sable fans.
Yeah, but she is not come back because she felt the way she was treated. But hey, you gotta do what the women says. You gotta do what the WWE says, Sable. I'm scrolling down.
Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox and the Singh brothers. Yeah, they're talking it up. Saying that they're gonna beat up Apollo Crews and Ember Moon. And wait, if I remember correctly, I think Ember and Apollo won. Yep, there they go. And they didn't even do that. I was thinking that Jinder Mahal won, but I think that was last week where Jinder won. Not this week. So next on the list,
Alicia Fox is shown backstage where
Alexa Bliss.
I'm sorry.
You said Fox.
I'm like you. Alexa Bliss is shown backstage having her makeup applied to her new talk show.
Oh, okay. So this is the show. A Moment with Bliss would now be revived and now hitting the stage, literally, not the ring, the stage of Monday Night Raw.
Because remember, they did that. Remember, Primetime's former manager, Abraham Washington, he had his own talk show on stage. And he had that set just like Alexa Bliss has, where it's showing like the city at night. Yeah.
Yep. Only hers was more colored.
Yeah.
It would be Ronda Rousey that would be her guest, and they talked. One thing stood out more than anything when Alexa asked Ronda, "Who would you want to fight?" and she mentioned a true. I'm trying to think here. She was mentioning all these wondrous things about this person, and the name she put at the end of it was Sasha Banks. Alexa Bliss would then look at her and says, "Oh, I thought you were talking about me." And like, hell no. And ultimately, Nia Jax, the irresistible force, comes out and takes offense to that because her opponent will be Nia Jax. At least that's what they say. As she says. In which case, Sasha Banks then comes out thanking Ronda Rousey, and Nia Jax would get in her face saying, if anybody deserves a title shot, it's the Samoan powerhouse that's standing right in front of you. Sasha Banks does not take kindly to those words and says, "You want to go? There's a ring. Let's go." Nia Jax sitting in that chair saying, I'm not ready to wrestle. After commercial, they're in the ring.
That's just her, she's just doing that just to warm up.
Yep. It would be Sasha versus Nia Jax, of course, with Tamina on the sidelines. And it didn't matter because through one hell of a match between them two going back and forth, Sasha Banks' determination and Nia Jax powerhouse. 1 second. Excuse me. It would be Nia Jax who taps out to the bank statement after Sasha Banks comes springboards, drops onto Nia Jax, and then hooks it right in. Nia Jax taps out, and a lot of people are looking at it and saying, Sasha Banks is the number one contender. But there is no definite proof on that yet.
That's true.
Next, Intercontinental Championship Falls Count Anywhere match with Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. It would get so bad in that conversation when Seth Rollins sees, and they put it on the monitor. Yeah. They put it on the monitor that Triple H was talking to Sasha Banks and Bayley, talking about the potential tag team title match for the women's division that is coming soon. When? We don't know yet. But there was talk, mainly on the commentary. Ultimately, Seth Rollins would get in Triple H's face once again and demand a match, and Triple H grants it under Falls Count Anywhere.
Because he wants to see the Seth Rollins that he knew.
In the end, though, they took it everywhere. I mean, all over the arena. They didn't go backstage, but they took it all over the arena, and ultimately, it would end outside the ring in the favor of Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins loses his opportunity once again and is now in the back of the line, regrettably. So now, it begs the question. With that said, I was thinking, weren't they going to have a match? Thanks to this, refresh our memories. They don't. Because both those participants and many others will be in the male's Royal Rumble. So, is this over? I highly doubt it. If Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are in the ring, you know there's going to be hell. Not to mention with the fact that John Cena, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley, Leo Rush.
And The Rock.
You can save that for a bit.
No, he says.
Yeah, give me a sec. And Drew McIntyre, there's going to be feuds going left and right within that ring between Raw and SmackDown. Now you can mention it.
Yeah, because The Rock is going to be there too to be in the Royal Rumble.
Many rumors going around, and there is saying that there is guaranteed. We will have to see for ourselves. Let's hope so, because that will definitely excite everybody when you hear that music.
It's not a rumor. He said he's really going to be there.
On Twitter?
Yes.
On Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram. He said
on Facebook?
On Instagram, because they has called
on your mama's page.
I'm telling my slide.
I just messing with you.
I know. They has said that he's gonna be there, and he confirmed that he will show up at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Yeah, boy.
Buddy. They said they want him to win his second Royal Rumble like they did for John Cena.
But will he win?
Yes, he's gonna win.
It's every man for himself. Let's see if he can do it. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't.
And there's also confirmed that we could see
Hall of Famers?
Roman Reigns.
Roman.
Because they want him. They want to see if he could
is he
wrestle.
medically clear?
They hope. They said if he's medically clear, they want to see him and Rock fight each other.
We got 2 more weeks on the 27th, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we'll be right back with SmackDown because that was the last match of the night for Monday Night Raw. Okay, we're back. And starting off with SmackDown Live was once again done by a heel that speaks nothing but the truth, and you don't like it, but you have to acknowledge he is telling the truth. Daniel Bryan, the environmental heel. And this guy is just, man, the Daniel Bryan is just going around talking smack about everybody. Talking about all the chemicals and hot dogs, all the corn syrup and the sodas, the unhealthy consumption of trying to fill in our lives, and as well as the shows we're watching. I was like, oh, damn, dude, what the hell? Come on. He even put the hot dog in somebody's face and spills the drink, and everybody's screaming, don't let him do that. No, don't do that. I'm like, well, why ain't doing nothing, bud? You know you can't do shit. This is all part of the show. You can't touch the talent. If you did, you'd be put in jail. That's a sad thing. That's a sad truth.
Back in the day, you could.
Ew, I feel sorry for that. These wrestlers, they're spoiled.
But here's the thing. Wrestlers do be fighting these fans, though.
Ultimately, he would then go to the merchandise stand and talk about, where's the Yes Movement t-shirts? And I was like, oh, shoot, they really don't. And then I forget because he reminded me. He reminded everybody. That's why there's no merchandise, because I killed it. I was like, oh, crap. So there's no Daniel Bryan merchandise then? No Daniel Bryan merchandise? None? Ah, come on.
There is. They just want you to say it.
Well, he was talking about a lot of the merchandise that was there that was AJ Styles. He even went so far as to mention the plastic straw and plastic cups and that were killing the environment. I don't know how you make plastic, but if he's saying that, then there's probably some truth to it.
He's talking about those things they used to have 7-Eleven with. They had these sorts of faces on them.
Yeah, but they had them in the centers that they're in.
Yeah, they had those,
the stadiums.
Yeah, they had those at the 7-Eleven in the stadiums.
Yeah. He said he was holding one. That was new. He pulled out the gloves. He was mentioning he was coming down the stage. He was taking people's signs that had AJ Styles' house. He's making all claims. And when he got to the side of the ring, boom, here comes R-Truth getting payback for last week when he was beating him up. Wait, that was 2 weeks ago. Because he did it when he was Santa Claus. So R-Truth has been out for nearly 2 weeks now? Damn. Well, good on you, R-Truth, for beating up Daniel Bryan, but didn't get the win.
R-Truth may be in his 40s, but he still can move.
Yeah, but he didn't get the win.
He's a bit low.
He got the running knee from Daniel Bryan and the 1, 2, 3.
I still, in my opinion, I think Archer should have got like a bigger push because he's been in the WWE.
I think he is getting a bigger push. He's been in the main events more often.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a WWE championship push because he's been in.
True.
He's been in that company for 18 years. Back in the Attitude Era, yep. His tag partner was Road Dogg. Because he went by the name of K. R-Truth used to go by the name K Quick.
WWE Facts, ladies and gentlemen.
He had a song called Getting Rowdy.
Wrestling Facts. And he was in TNA too.
Yeah. He had a song on WWE called Getting Rowdy. We're about to do some things. And he's also was the backup dancer for MC Hammer. R-Truth, yep.
Too legit to quit. Here we go. Boom. Headbutt. Ultimately, Daniel Bryan gets the win. So let's move on to the next list. Rey Mysterio and Mustafa Ali. Almost said versus. Oh, okay. Samoa Joe and Andre Cien Almas. That was an interesting match. It really was. But sadly, Rey and Mustafa Ali didn't get the win because Cien Almas got Rey in the middle of the ring and countered his move to get him into that, I don't know what you call it, freaking DDT he has. And he got the win for him and his Samoa Joe.
It's just not good for
cruiserweights.
Yeah.
To fight heavyweights.
Rey Mysterio is both heavyweight and cruiserweight. It just like
they could get the job done, but that night they didn't.
Well, you can win a tag team with Mustafa Ali as your partner.
Yeah, Mustafa, don't take nothing away from Mustafa Ali. I've seen him work.
Yeah, but as a crew, that's why like against a heavyweight or a technician.
Yeah, that might be true.
Yeah. Now, if he had represented Jeff Hardy, his team, yeah, that'd be over for Joe and Almas.
Next comes Rusev, lashing out to Shinsuke Nakamura, blaming him for what happened to his wife. And Shinsuke pulls up the film, replaying scenes over and over and over again, pointing out that it was Rusev's super kick to Shinsuke Nakamura while she was on his back that dealt the blow that she had been dealt.
Nakamura said it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't my fault.
She got in the way. It was your fault for putting your wife in harm's way.
Okay, this reminds me. In the back, we have The Miz talking to Shane about getting a title match and him abusing his power to get a title match and just making it happen. And he says, we can't do that no more. It's true, I can. But if we're going to make this, we got to train, we got to do this, we got to do that. And he's talking about that ring gear. It's about, how about that white? Okay, how about leather red? Or leather white, that's what it was, leather white.
Which I don't think no one sees Shane Man in the trunks, no.
Have we ever?
No. You just see him in sweatpants and t-shirt.
And blue jeans.
Or jersey. No.
I've seen him with blue jeans. He's been wearing blue jeans a lot.
Well, not wrestling, no.
Yeah. He did it in both SummerSlams. I mean, Survivor Series.
That was
Those blue jeans. I wear blue jeans all the time, bro.
But that's not one something. People mostly know him wearing a sweatpants and a t-shirt or a jersey.
Yeah, that was back in the day, but I've seen him wearing blue jeans often.
Yeah, and Shane Man jersey.
All right. Well, I didn't. Courtesy of that, it was mostly because the Usos would get a title shot picture if they got the drop on the bar. Sadly, in that match, they couldn't get the job done. Cesaro and Sheamus got the drop on the Usos. Mm-hmm. They came in and out of the Uso penitentiary. After that, The Miz would come out and challenging the Bar to a tag team they never fought before in the form of Miz and Sheamus. Shane McMahon. They both end with Shane. Begin with Shane. And ultimately, they're calling them the best tag team in the world. They make a little rant saying that they are so new that they have no coordinating skills, mostly talked by Cesaro, and saying, let me talk with my tag team partner, and Sheamus backs up to lunge forward for a bro kick to the face. And then they say, we accept.
Yeah, but all right.
See you see you Monday.
See you Monday.
But something else I didn't mention. I'm looking down here and I almost forgot. King of what?
Puppies.
There you go. Shane McMahon would be happy to hear that they get a tag team match at Royal Rumble. But that wasn't the main controversy. It would be Mandy Rose that comes out in only a towel, saying that I think I forgot my golden bikini in your hotel. Having him look like, what the hell are you talking about? Yet that's how they got the drop. The Bar got the drop on the Usos, thanks to Mandy Rose. Why? You know why. Because she's got beef with Jimmy Uso's wife, Naomi. And Naomi did not like that. And her neon, nice outfit, she had them shoes in her hands. She dropped the two of those girls. She's fighting tooth and nail against Mandy Rose, who was playing everybody. She had her ring gear the whole damn time underneath that towel. I bet you were happy just to see her in that towel, regardless. And happy for that reveal. Happy for the reveal of the two-piece ring gear. It's getting skimpier and skimpier. You notice that?
Yeah, because they said they're gonna do some changes in this year.
Yeah, but Naomi did fight tooth and nail against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and it would take her husband to try and break up the fight while Naomi was down and saying, "Oh man, this is getting crazy. What the heck is going on?"
I just feel bad for New Day.
New Day ain't getting none.
No, I'm not. And they're going to when SmackDown moves to Fox Sports Network, Fox Sports Network wants the New Day to stop all the jokes.
You mention that in every episode, ain't you?
Oh yeah, because this is important to Fox Sports. They take their things seriously.
On that note, 3 women who wanted to be taken seriously: Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. They would be put in a triple threat main event ending the show to see who would take on Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title at the Royal Rumble.
I was going for Carmella, just so y'all know.
I didn't care. I wanted to see who wanted it more. And it would be Becky Lynch. And that was one hell of a match, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't fast forward through all of it because it was getting good. We had submission holds being broken up. We had finishers after specials being thrown everywhere. But it would be one super kick to freaking Charlotte Flair and then put into an disarmor from Becky Lynch to Carmella that made her tap out in that moment where Charlotte Flair was out. Asuka then hits her music, comes out, shows off that title, talks in Japanese. Don't ask me to translate because I don't even know what the fuck I said. I don't even think I spoke Japanese. I just make a noise. Otherwise, it's going to be a good match between the last kicker, straight hellfire, versus the Empress of Tomorrow at the Royal Rumble. And you already know, if they don't start the show with the Women's Royal Rumble, they're probably going to end it. And these champions, Ronda Rousey and Asuka, if they're still holding those titles, will be front and center, just like last year, with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
I get tired. and I know y'all probably agree with me on this. What I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
I know y'all probably get tired of seeing Charlotte Flair again every time opportunity. Y'all want somebody different.
Well, actually, this might have been a good thing. Because Charlotte Flair was disappointed last year in the first ever women's Royal Rumble. She didn't get to compete. Now she does.
She would get tired of seeing the same match. Like she gets like.
Yeah, she is one. She is a purebred, and she is entertaining, and she is very capable. That's why they keep giving her the show, because a lot of women haven't really stepped up. Not really.
Because they usually, but some of those women, and I read this Backstage, they went down on Charlotte because who her dad is.
Yeah, when it's SmackDown, all I see is Charlotte, Becky, Naomi, and Asuka, and sometimes Carmella. Every other woman, including the Iconics that came out of freaking NXT, nominated for Best Female Breakout Stars and all that, they're not getting anything. They're not getting anything. Also, Cien Alma's manager is not getting anything.
You mean Zelina?
Thank you. I said that just so you could mention it, because I haven't, you know me.
Well, speaking of the Iconics, it's going to be, they have to choose who they want.
Oh, they'll fight. They'll help each other. They don't care who's between them. They're like the New Day. They don't care. They're sharing the title, as far as they're concerned. And they're going to be happy. Hey, we'll probably see more of them with the new SmackDown Women's Tag Team title belts. They're screaming for that. It's going to be iconic.
But we don't know if it's going to be SmackDown. It's probably going to be Monday Night Raw, because you never heard them mention SmackDown.
It's going to be probably a mutual. Yeah. It's going to be shifting between Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, it's probably going. They're probably going to do that. What I was saying, that the tag team belts get to go both shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're already hitting the 32 mark, so let's end this video. First off, shout out to our boys Xavier Hill and Mike Henry. A link to their YouTube page will be in the description down below. We also want to shout out to our boy Chris Petrie on always remembering all these superstars' names and hollering at me for all my mistakes. You know I do. You know I make mistakes with my freaking names. So with that said, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button if you like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heaven's Monsters podcast. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.